few questions to do. Not too many. 5. Alright, guys. Here you go. It's easier. My eyes are gonna love this. Okay, so sorry about that. So number 3, if I can see. Number 3 is 8x minus 2 equals negative 9 plus 7x. So there's no distributive property, but there's no combining like terms, right? There's nothing combined on the left, nothing combined on the right. But there is a variable on both sides, so let's get rid of the smaller guy. Okay. Minus 7x. Let me make that. Minus 7x here. So if I do that, this 7x and that minus 7x, these two go away. Negative 9 comes down. 8x minus 7x is just 1x, or just simply x minus 2. So this one becomes actually even easier. So if you do your story, what's my variable? It's x. What's happening to it? Well, nothing's being multiplied to it, but subtract 2. So the only thing we have to do is add 2 to both sides. So let's do that. Plus 2, plus 2. Cross that out. X comes down, and negative 2 plus negative 9 plus 2 is negative 7. So there's my answer. So this one's actually an easy one. So check. So with a check, I'm going to replace the x with negative 7. Right? So I need this. So remember, there was an x here. There was an x here. So I'm going to replace it. 8 times negative 7 is negative 56 minus 2. And negative 56 minus 2 becomes negative 58. And hopefully that will match the other side. So negative 9, and this is positive 7 times negative 7 is negative 49. And if we do negative 9 and negative 49, it gives us negative 58. And we know our work is complete. Okay, so you can see it's not that complicated. What is the next one? 7. 5p minus 14 equals 8p plus 4. Distributive property? No. Combined like terms? Also no. Right? Because there's nothing. 5p minus 14 can be combined. They're unlike terms. And 8p plus 4 also cannot be combined. So is there a variable on each side? Yes. So one of them have to go. So let's get rid of the smaller one, 5p. That's positive 5p, so I'm going to do minus 5p to get rid of it. I do minus 5p on one side, I do minus 5p on the other side. These two go away, negative 14 comes down, and I get 3p plus 4. Now I can make a story, and this is a two-step equation, right? So p times 3 minus 14, so I'm going to, oops, not minus 14, sorry. Where's my back button? Yeah, sorry guys. There it is. It's plus 4, right? So p is my variables times 3, and then plus 4, which means I'm going to do minus 4, and then divide both sides by 3. So let's do that. Minus 4, minus 4. Plus 4 minus 4 is 0. 3p comes down. Negative 14 minus 14 is negative 18. Now divide both sides by 3. And p equals negative 6. Well, that was relatively easy. Substitute, so it's 5 times negative 6, right? So this is where my p was. I replaced it. Minus 14 equals 8 times negative 6 plus 4. And that's where the p was, right? So I changed the p with the value we just found. So 5 times negative 6 is negative 30 minus 14, and that becomes negative 44. On the other side, 8 times negative 6 is negative 48 plus 4, and negative 48 plus 4, the negatives are going to win, and there, left side equals right side. Let's move on to, what is it? Now 14. So 14 is 5n plus 34 equals, I think that's negative, yeah, negative 2, 1 minus 7n. All right, so this one, do we have distributive property? Yes, so let's take care of that. So here, that nothing happens, 5n plus 34. This is distributive property here. Be careful with the signs. So it's negative 2, and negative times a negative is a positive 14n. That's done. Combine like terms. Can I combine anything? 5n plus 34? Nope. How about on this side, negative 2 plus 14n also? No. Is there a variable on each side? Yes. So let's get rid of one of them. Either the 5n or the 4n. 14n has to go. So let's get rid of the 5n. Minus 5n. Let me build that. Minus 5n and minus 5n over here. That goes away. 34 comes down. Equals negative 2. And 14 plus negative 5 is positive 9n. Now we can make our story. Here's the variable 9, n is multiplied by 9, and then minus 2. So the inverse is going to be plus 2 and divide by 9. So let's do that. So plus 2 first. 34 plus 2 is 36. Nice. This goes away. 9n comes down. Now we divide both sides by 9. Our variable is all alone by itself, which is what we wanted. And 36 divided by 9 is 4. Ta-da! Now, again, we're going to substitute. So every time I see an n, I put a 4. So it's 5 times 4. And here was the n. Plus 34 equals negative 2. 1 minus 7 times 4. And again, this was the n. So over here, 5 times 4 is 20. Plus 34, that's easy. It's 54. On the other side, let's do the parentheses first. So inside the parentheses, we have 1 minus 7 times 4. It's 1 minus, and 7 times 4 is 28. So then we have negative 2. And what's 1 minus 28 is negative 27. And then finally, I can multiply negative 2 and negative 27, which is positive 54. Okay. Then we're going to do 17. Is there a 17? Yes, there is a 17. There it is. Ooh, 17 is a long one. Negative 1 plus 7x. Negative outside, sorry. Minus 6. Negative 7 minus x equals 36. So, all right, so it doesn't look that bad. Is there distributive property? For sure, for sure. But remember here, when we were doing combined like terms, when you had an occasion like this, we pretend there's a 1 here, right, when there's no number. We're going to do the distributive property here. And there's a second distributive property here. All right, so negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 times positive 7 is negative 7x. That was easy. And the next one is negative 6 times negative 7. Negative and negative is positive. And then negative 6 and negative x, and that's going to be positive. And 6 times x is just 6x equals 36. So the distributive property is done. Combine like terms? Yeah, plenty of combine like terms. If you look at it, we can combine, and I'll circle it. Negative 1 is 42. That's going to give us 41. Then let me circle this. Negative 7x and positive 6x is going to give us negative x or negative 1x. However you want to write it, it doesn't matter. Okay, so actually in this one, I'm going to actually write a 1. You'll see why. So let's write a story. Here's my variable x. What's happening to it? Anytime it's negative, it's probably easier if you write a 1 when it's negative. When it was positive, no. But I'll tell you why. Because now we know it's being multiplied by -1 and then plus 41. So going backwards, we're going to do minus 41 and then divide by -1. So minus 41, minus 41. Now, if we bring this down, you're going to get -1x equals -5. Now, if you didn't put that 1, this is what it would look like. -x equals -5. But we can't have a negative, so we somehow have to change that to a positive x. And that's why I wrote that 1, because it's easier for you to see why or how it becomes a positive x. So we have -1x. So in order to change that to a positive, look at what happens. Our second part, sorry, this should be -1. The second part says divide both sides by -1. Negative divided by negative is a positive, and that's just 1, and 1 times x is x, and look, our x is positive. And -5 divided by 1 is just +5. And that's our answer. Ugh. So now our substitution, we get 1 plus 7 times 5, right? And here's what's my x. -6 minus 7 minus 5 equals 36. Now it's just, order of operations. So minus, let's wait for that. And then 7 times 5 is 35, plus 1, 36. Let's do that. Over here, -6, and let's just do inside. It's -7 and -5, and that gives you -12. All right, so again, pretend there's a 1 here. -1 times 36 is -36. And then negative times what do you call a positive is a negative times a negative is a positive, and 6 times 12 is 72. -36 plus 72 is actually positive 36, and everything is good. Last question, which was number 19. 24a minus 22, I can't see, equals -4. 1 minus 6a. Okay. Combine like terms? No, well, not yet. Sorry, distributive property comes first. So 24a minus 22. Then we're going to do the distributive property here. -4 and 1 is -4, and then that's positive 24a. Okay. Combine like terms. Can I combine these two? No. Can I combine these two? No. So nothing's happening. Can I do? Well, there's a variable on both sides, so I have to take care of it, right? So notice that they're both the same. They're both 24a and 24a. So let's get rid of this 24a, which means I have to subtract 24a on the other side, and look what happens. 24a minus 24a goes away, and -22 comes down. And 24a minus 24a also goes away, and -4 comes down. So remember, we did this, we talked about it a little bit in class. We have a situation where -22 equals -4. That will never happen. It's never true. So this is an equation where no number, there's no value of a that you can plug in here to make this equation true, because -22 will never equal -4. So this one you don't even have to check. There is no solution to this problem. Okay, that's it. And if I knew how to shut this down.